everyone, this is Bhavna Mehra. So in the series of current affairs, today I'm going to cover Nobel Prize 2022. So let's begin. But before starting Nobel Prize 2022, let me give you the brief introduction of it. Here you are seeing a name, that is Alfred Nobel. He's the man behind Nobel Prize. So on 21st October 1833, a chemist, engineer and industrialist who was most famously known for the invention of dynamite, Alfred Nobel, was born in Stockholm, Sweden. He grew up in Russia, studied chemistry and technology in France and the US, and establishes the Nobel Prizes for the greatest benefit of humankind. According to his will of 1895, these are awarded to those who, during the preceding year, have conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. So, though the will was of 1895 and he died in 1896, but the first Nobel Prize was given in 1901, and initially it was covering only 5 fields, and these were physics, chemistry, physiology, which was also known as medicine, then literature and peace. But in 1969, Nobel Prize in Economic Science has also been started. So now in total, there are 6 Nobel Prizes given every year. Let's see the countries. So all the Nobel Prizes except Peace Prize is given in Sweden, and Peace Prize, this one is given in Norway. Now let's see who presents it. So medicine, Nobel Prize for Medicine is presented by Nobel Assembly at the Karolinska Institute. For Physics, Chemistry and Economic Sciences, Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences presents it. For Peace, it is presented by Norwegian Nobel Committee, and for literature it is presented by Swedish Academy. Now if you will talk about the reward, so it covers 1 gold medal, a diploma and a monetary award of 10 million Swedish krona. If you will see the conversion rate, so Swedish krona is approximately 7.38 INR. Nobel Prize were first given in 1901, and so far means as of 2021, total 609 prizes have been given to 975 laureates and 25 organizations. Do not get confused by seeing the number of prizes and the number of laureates, as the number of laureates are more than the number of prizes, because most of the times these Nobel Prizes have been shared by the laureates. Now starting the Nobel Prize 2022. So the first one is Nobel Prize in Physics 2022. So this year, scientists Alien Aspect, John Clauser and Anton Zeilinger, they conferred this award for the research in the field of quantum mechanism. So focus on that. Their research area was quantum mechanism, right? And remember the names: Alien Aspect, John Clauser and Anton Zeilinger. Now from 1901 to 2022, this prize has been conferred to 22 laureates so far. And another important point related to Nobel Prize in Physics is that the only individual to receive this prestigious award twice, and the name is John Bardeen, 1956 and 1972. It is important, so please remember this. And another important thing, first recipient. Who was the first recipient of Nobel Prize in Physics? The first scientist was German scientist Wilhelm Röntgen for the discovery of X-ray. Now moving ahead, Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2022. Again, this prize is shared by these 3 individuals, and they are Caroline Bartholdi, she is from US, Morten Meldal from Denmark, and K. Barry Sharpless, again from US. So Bartholdi, she has worked, or she has basically developed bioorthogonal chemistry, and these two, Meldal and Sharpless, they worked on click chemistry. So altogether, they got this Nobel Prize in chemistry. Now, what is click chemistry? Now, click chemistry is a newer approach to the synthesis of drug-like molecules, which by employing a few practical and reliable reactions can speed up the drug discovery process. And Bartholdi, whose contribution is bioorthogonal chemistry, she improved the field of click chemistry by bioorthogonal chemistry, that is by making click reactions work inside living organisms which do not affect normal chemistry of the cell. And so far, including Bartholdi, only 8 women have received this prize. Now moving ahead, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine 2022. Swedish geneticist Svante Pääbo. The name is Svante Pääbo, for his revolutionary works in the field of paleogenomics. And now, what is this paleogenomics? The science of reconstructing and analyzing the genomes of organisms that are not alive in the present day. He was awarded with this prize. So please remember, Physiology or Medicine 2022 received by Svante Pääbo or Pääbo, whatever you say. Next is Nobel Prize in Literature 2022. So French author Annie Ernaux received by mistake it is written peace. It is Nobel Prize in Literature this year. It is awarded every year to honor authors whose works focuses on idealism. And as you know, presented by Swedish Academy. I have already covered this earlier. And the first recipient for this award was Sule Prudhomme, in recognition of his poetic works. And so far, it means till 2022, it is conferred 115 times to 119 Nobel Prize laureates. Now, moving ahead to the second last Nobel Prize, and this is Nobel Peace Prize 2022. And again, it is jointly awarded. So on 7th October, Nobel Peace Prize 2022 is awarded jointly to one individual and 2 organizations. See, previously we have seen the awards were given to individuals, but for Peace Prize, it is given to one individual and 2 of these organizations. Now, who are they? So, the person's name is Alice Bialitsky, if I'm not wrong, the pronunciation is this only. And let me tell you about Bialitsky. Prior to this means 2022, he was nominated 5 times, but that was all unsuccessful. It means he did not win the Nobel Peace Prize. But this time, he is fortunate enough to get it for his work. Along with him, Memorial, which is a Russian human rights organization, and Center for Civil Liberties, which is Ukrainian human rights organization, Nobel Peace Prize is awarded. Now nominations, 343 nominations were there in total. So out of that, 251 individuals were there and 92 organizations. So this has become the second highest number recorded in the history. And the highest was in 2016 with 376 nominations. Now, moving to the last Nobel Prize, and this one is Nobel Prize Economics 2022. Now, this year, Ben Bernanke, Douglas Diamond, and Philip Dybvig received the Nobel Prize for Economics, as their work has significantly improved the world's understanding to the role and the importance of banks in the economy, particularly in the period of financial crisis. Now, if we'll talk about the first recipient, so Ragnar Frisch and Jan Tinbergen, they were the first recipient, and as we know, this award or this prize was introduced in 1969. So obviously the first recipients are of 1969. Now let's have a quick recap. When we'll talk about the recap, then as we know, 6 categories are there: physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace prize, and the last one is economics. And remember, only medicine and literature, that is not shared by anyone. It is given to individual. Medicine is given to Pabo and literature is given to Arnox. But rest 4, that is physics, chemistry, peace prize and economics, these 4 Nobel prizes are shared by people. So when we talk about physics, so it is Alien Aspect, John Clauser and Anton Zeilinger. So you have to find out your ways to learn it. So for me, as we say, no, A to Z, so let me make it ACZ or ACZ, A to Z or ACZ. So that is Aspect, Clauser and Zeilinger. Next is chemistry. So chemistry is given to Bartholdi, Mendel and Sharpless. You can say BMS. Okay. Or, whatever kind of acronyms or any tricks you have, you can use to learn these, as this is very important. Entire Nobel prizes are very important. Medicine and literature we have already covered. Coming to peace prize. And yes, this is the prize, or this is the only prize which is shared by one individual and 2 organizations. That is Elias Bialetsky Memorial and Center for Civil Liberties, or you can write BMC. And the last one in economics, that is Bernanke, Douglas Diamond and Philip Dybvig. So again, you can write BDD. So these are my ways to make you learn it, and you can find your own ways. You can develop your own acronyms, or you can have your own methodology to learn that. Now moving ahead to the most important section of my video, and that is quiz. Yes, now the first question is, initially Nobel prizes were given for the following areas except, see, sometimes the questions are there in the exams and where we have to focus, that is always we have to see. And here we have to focus on the except part. So as we know, initially there were only 5 categories. Except what? Yes, except economics, that was introduced in 1969. Now the second question is, Ben Bernanke, Douglas Diamond and Philip Dybvig received the Nobel Prize in the field of, remember right now I told you about BDD, right? So yes, so they received the Nobel Prize in the field of option B, economics. Third question is, Nobel Prize on economics was first conferred in the year? Yes, it was conferred first in 1969. Now the fourth question, who won the Nobel Prize Medicine in 2022? Remember, medicine and literature, Nobel Prize Medicine and Nobel Prize in Literature, these are 2 Nobel Prizes which are not shared by anyone, given to individual. And this Nobel Prize Medicine is given to Svante Pääbo. Fifth question, find the odd one out. Alien Aspect, Clauser, Zeilinger and Bartholdi. Remember A to Z I told you, and so instead of that I said ACZ. So Aspect, Clauser, Zeilinger, they got a word together except Bartholdi. So option D is the correct answer. Now, as you know, I always introduce questions from my previous videos. So next question is, Captain Binesh Kumar Tyagi has taken charge as the new CMD of SCI. Option number C, that is Shipping Corporation of India. In 1911, ICMR was established as ICMR was established as Indian Research Fund Association. Remember, in the last video I have covered that. Next is a Mini Ratna Category 1 CPSE, that is Central Public Sector Enterprise, where Government of India has 100% shareholding, and the correct answer is option C, International Trade Promotion Organization, ITPO. Moving ahead to the next question, and that is new Chief of Defence Staff. It means new CDS, and the correct answer is option A, retired Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan. Next one, who has been appointed as India's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, and the correct answer is option number D, Vikram Doraiswamy. So if you liked the content, then do subscribe the channel and also share with your friends who might be needing the same kind of content. Remember, every Sunday we upload a new video on current affairs. That's it for this video. We'll meet soon. This is Bhavna Mehra signing off.